Good morning, dear students. I'm hopeful that you all are fine. I welcome you all to the online science lesson. Today we are going to do workbook pages 31 and 32. Quickly take out your workbooks and write date and day on these two pages. You will follow this format to write date and day. First of all, hold a pencil and a scale in your hand and draw three lines like this. One in the upper right corner, one in the middle of the page, and one in the upper left corner. After that, you will write the day on the line that you will draw in the upper left corner. Today is Tuesday, so write Tuesday over there. After that, you will write classwork on the line that you will draw in the middle, and on the line that you will draw in the upper right corner, you will write today's date. Today is 12th of January 2021. Write this date and day on page number 31, and on page number 32 you will just write the classwork. Our learning objectives for today are to learn how living and non-living things interact and what is an ecosystem. First of all, I will show you some pictures and you will tell me either these things are living or non-living. In this picture you can see a cat and a kitten. A cat and a kitten are the living things. A dog and a puppy, they are also living things. A mountain lion is also a living thing. In this picture, water is shown and water is a non-living thing. This picture is showing sunlight, and sunlight is also a non-living thing which is necessary for the living thing to survive in an environment. This picture is showing a plant, and a plant is also a living thing. The ladybug shown in this picture is also a living thing, and the stones which are shown in this picture, these are the non-living things. In this picture, some soil and a plant is shown. The plant is a living thing and the soil is non-living thing. First of all, I will give you a recap of the previous reading. In previous reading, we discussed about the ecosystems. Ecosystem is made up by living and non-living things which live and interact in an environment. There are some living parts of an ecosystem and there are some non-living parts also. Plants and animals are the living parts of an ecosystem, and water, sunlight, stone, soil, air and some other non-living parts of the ecosystem are very necessary for the living things to survive. It is because all the living parts of the ecosystem depend on the non-living parts for their needs. Each kind of living thing needs a certain environment, and a living thing's environment is everything around it. Sunlight is the non-living part of an environment, and the sun's rays warm other non-living parts such as air, water and soil, which are very necessary for the survival of the living things. It is just because of sun's heat that earth's air and water are warm enough for the living things to survive, and they support life on the planet Earth. There are many different types of ecosystem. The ecosystem can be very large and it can be very small. Some types of ecosystems are desert, rainforest, grassland, tundra, wetland and water ecosystem. All these ecosystems are different from each other due to environmental conditions, for example weather and climate, and all these ecosystems have different types of soils, and there are different living organisms which are surviving in these ecosystems. Let's start solving workbook pages now. First of all, we will solve question number 3. Question number 3 is related to question number 1. You will take help from question number 1 that you had done on page number 30, and you will fill all the given blanks by using those words. It is necessary that you will use the plural form of those words which are given in question number 1. Let's start reading it. Blank number 1 is done for you as an example, and you have to fill the rest of the blanks. Let's start solving it. Grasslands get their name because they are covered in grasses and other short plants. They are called prairies in North America, steppes in Asia, and savanna in Africa. It doesn't rain much in these places, so the dash is very dry. So the soil is very dry. Not many trees grow because there isn't enough water. Dash are found in oceans all over the world. In blank number 3, you will write coral reef because coral reef are found in oceans all over the world. They are very important because many different sea animals live there, and coral reefs look like plants but they are actually collection of tiny simple animals. Dash are forest ecosystem where it rains a lot. Rainforest are the ecosystem where it rains a lot, so you will write rainforest in blank number 4. They have very tall trees and are home to about 30 million different plants and animals. The trees don't let in much dash sunlight. In 5th blank, you will write sunlight. So it is usually dark at the bottom of the forest. You can take help from the given reading tip to complete these blanks. After solving question number 3, we will solve question number 4. In question number 4, you can see some animals are given here. And you have to tell in which ecosystem these animals are found. We have to fill the gaps with the names of these animals and with the name of the ecosystem they are found into. Let's start solving it. Number 1. The dash and the dash live in dash ecosystem. You can write the clam and the starfish live in coral reef ecosystem. In number 2, you can write the giraffe and the lion live in grassland ecosystem. In number 3, you will write the frog and the beetle live in rainforest ecosystem. Quickly solve question number 4 and we will proceed to question number 5 then. In question number 5, you have to write about an interesting ecosystem. The ecosystem that you find so much interesting. You can write about any ecosystem. It can be a desert, it can be a rainforest, it can be a coral reef, it can be a grassland, or it can be tundra also. It's your choice that about which ecosystem you want to write and which ecosystem is so interesting for you. First of all, you will write the name of the ecosystem. For example, you can write, I found the forest ecosystem the most interesting because then you have to write the reason. Why do you like that ecosystem so much? For example, if you are writing about the rainforest, you can write that it is the most interesting ecosystem because there is a variety of plants and animals found in the rainforest ecosystem. And about 30 million plants and animal species are found in the rainforest ecosystem. Then next you have to write what would you like to see or do there. You can write that I would like to see the lion and giraffe over there, or you can write I would like to go for camping or to find some new species of plants and animals that I have never seen before. Just complete question number 5 with your own idea and write about the ecosystem which is most interesting for you. After completing question number 5, you have to solve question number 1 which is given on page number 32. You have to read each of the definitions and you have to circle the correct answer. Number 5 is done for you as an example and you have to complete the rest. Let's start reading and solving them one by one. Number 1. When living and non-living parts of an environment interact, this is called ecosystem. You will circle ecosystem in number 1. Number 2. The place where a living thing makes its home is called its habitat or population. It's called habitat, so you will circle habitat. Number 3. All the living things of the same kind that live in the same place make up a group or population. They make up a population, so you will circle the population. the different populations that live in the same place make up a community. They don't make a family, they make up a community. So you will circle community over here. Number 6. When one thing needs another thing to keep it live and grow, we say it depends on or shelter it. We say that it depends on it, so you will circle depends on. Now come to question number 2 on page number 32. There are some notes given in question number 2 and you have to complete these notes with the help of question number 1. There are some words which are given in bold in question number 1 and you have to complete these notes with the help of those words. Before writing those words in these blanks, you have to change either them into the plural form or you have to change the noun into verbs. Number 1 is done for you as an example and we have to complete the rest. Let's read them one by one and solve them. The type of the land and the climate create different different ecosystems. You will write ecosystems in blank number 2. The living and non-living things that we found in a desert are different from those that are found in a rainforest. We find large dash of same living things in one place because the conditions are right for them. You will write populations in blank number 3. Living things cannot survive alone. They dash on non-living things. They depend on non-living things and also on other living things in their community. In blank number 4, you will write depend on, and in blank number 5, you will write community. Because they share the same environment, living and non-living things dash with one another. They interact with one another. For example, big trees give birds shelter. The fish in a river are food of meat-eating animals. Quickly complete question number 2 with the help of words which are given in bold in question number 1. Here is the answer key for all the questions that we have just solved. If you are not getting any answer, you can take help from this answer key. Here are some plenary questions for you. You will not write them in the notebook, you just have to answer them orally. Question number 1. Why do grasslands are called with this name? The answer is very easy. The grasslands are called with this name because they are covered with a lot of grass. Number 2. How do the fish in the sea interact with the non-living things? Water is the non-living part of an ocean or sea, and the fish found in ocean or sea are dependent on the water for their survival. Here is your homework. You have to read textbook pages 40 till 43. Here you can see a video link is given. I have attached this video link with the lesson. You will click on the link and you will watch the video. After watching this video, you will be able to know more about the ecosystems and the types of ecosystem and animals which are found in each type of the ecosystem. That was all for today. If you didn't get anything or if you are confused about any question, you can mention in the comment section. I will answer your query. Take great care of yourself, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.